gotta leave it to the professionals.
Blessed by Bundy, blah, blah, blah.
Started off with a bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Surfing on the web and I'm shooting at 3. I've been goated when I got my G. I'm an alien boy from a different planet, yeah. So I got my drink, I'm riding in the 1920s Model T Ford. Call her Era Lord. Call me Levi playing on the keys, boy. And I'm about to put my gloves on. If I said it, then I meant that. Yeah, I like that one, I'm about to get that. Crash that whip for the drumsticks, whiplash. I'm about to get them all. Are you with that? In a white boat, surrounded by blue. I want one, but I got a cop too. I wanna fly high in the sky, arms out wide, trying to soar from a bird's eye view. I'm on fire, Ricky, Bobby, cracking the pavement, Whitney, Bobby. I'm a Saki bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Bruce Wayne been a dog, and I keep it 101, cause I'm feeling kinda spotty. You sipping on some rock, and I'm sipping on octane. The only thing around my neck is the
Started off with a
blockchain.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
NFT, Twitter, blockchain. Seeing with the ghosts and we ballin' like LeBron James. Crypto. We can make a trade, get the memo. The field's not falling for the FOMO. Listening to Coffee with Captain. You know we worldwide, they loco. I ain't never gonna stop rapping. Orlando, yeah, we working magic. We rocking Ethereum NFTs. I just went and caught me a half base. Man, I gotta shout out
Started
the
off with a
party.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Breaking the mood to choose one, but they got knowledge to move, son. I'm shocking in shades with my brother in suits. Yeah, them blues is coming. Even though it's hard to pick, eeny, miny, mo, soda on the mix, no biting lips, it's time to go. Index number 1, no thumbs up, you gotta scroll. Looking at the ghost in studio, it's time to go. I had a helmet on by myself until I met a mask that wanted to have a face off. So I had to bring my chainsaw, full tank of gas in the drive with my brakes off. I'm A1, but a different kind of steak sauce.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin, where we dive into all things crypto, NFTs, Web3, and cutting-edge technology. Remember, nothing here is financial advice. Early-stage tech can be exceptionally volatile and risky. So grab your coffee and join Cap and Steve for today's conversation.
Welcome to the future.
Started happening again. There we go. My phone has started randomly connecting via Bluetooth to my MacBook. And when it does that, it changes the mic, it mutes my mic, and just creates unnecessary issues. So thanks for the heads up, Riss. I don't know if I was muted the entire time or you caught any of the intro / disclaimer. My apologies. I would just be brief and say welcome. Welcome to Coffee with Captain. If you haven't already done so, do us a favor, drop us a GM in the chat. Head up top, smash the like, repost, and bookmark on the space. Greatly appreciate it. Warms up the algo, does us a real solid. You also find Abstract in YouTube chat up there. And yeah, I was just saying GM to all those that celebrate Otherside. Nexus launched today. I know Machiavelli's pumped in the chat. And we actually have another guest joining us, also in Otherside. That's not what they're joining today, but we have a special guest joining us at 9 here today to talk about another launch. I'm getting a thumbs down, Dort. Are we getting no audio again? What world? My audio looks good. No mute. Now I'm getting thumbs up. So maybe we were just lagging a bit. Or maybe Dort was smashing the thumbs down on something else. I think we're good. We're going to roll with it. Apologies for the technical issues. Sound is good. No sound. Sound is good. Sound is good. Sound is good. So I think we're back in live. I wish I knew what was causing it because it's a new feature / bug of StreamYard, but I will, I don't know. I guess I'll just turn off my Bluetooth on future shows so it doesn't connect, even though it is connected via cord. So it shouldn't be doing that. But anyways, I digress. No one's caring about my technical issues this morning. GM, welcome. Thanks again for being here. Appreciate it. Quick cold open before we get into all things Otherside Nexus and our special guest here. Shout out to Opportunist listening in from the Muskoka Wilderness. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one, but I'm sure no any regulars here are not surprised my struggle to pronounce a word that I have not yet seen before. Markets are marketing, I guess. I really don't know. I'm kind of confused. Short term, long term, I still feel really great, but short term, I don't really know what we're doing, where we're heading. Still think things get exciting, but seemingly we're just going to chop for a bit, and that's okay. Better chop than down. But we'll do this. Let's get a quick. I think our guest joined us right at 9, and I want to make sure we get through anything else on the agenda before they jump in here. So maybe do just a quick look at numbers, quick market update, and we'll get rolling with all other things. Why are you not sure? I don't know why I'm not streaming from a new car. I should figure that out. I did have, I'll pin it up top. I did confirm I can join and play Otherside from the car. Just dropped that up top. Picked up a new car yesterday. Pretty long time coming. If anyone's looking for an old busted up Jeep that's got some mods, let me know. Looking to sell that into Weath bids at some point today, if possible. Appreciate the audio checks out there. Appreciate y'all. I don't know if I can. It's a good question. I don't think I have. I don't think I can actually stream from there due to lack of. I mean, there's cameras, but I don't think it can actually stream me. I don't know. Actually, I say this pretty sure there's one of the apps is Zoom, so I'm guessing you can sit in the car and have a Zoom call. So if I can do that, there's no reason to believe StreamYard also wouldn't work, although sound would be lacking soundboard. But anyways, someday we'll try it. Maybe we'll do a road trip here, and one of these shows we'll just do straight from literally on the road as it drives. But big fan, been a fan of Teslas for a while, but first time actually owning one, and not disappointed in the first 12 hours or so far. I have not found the heat. There's no heat in this house. There is no heat in the Airbnb I'm staying. Didn't know that was a thing. I mean, I know it's Florida. I know it doesn't get too cold, but didn't realize that some people just said, "Hey, we don't need heat down here." I'm not a hardened Southerner. I'm a soft Midwesterner that came south. So I'm thought about sleeping in a hoodie last night, and did not. I'm here for basically another month, and but if there's a chance I close prior to this and just walk from the Airbnb if it gets colder. I think we're fine. I think we're through the worst of it. So no real concerns, but if it dips again, I might come down and sleep on Dort's couch. It's supposed to be 69 today, so nice. Set back to 73 tomorrow, 76 Friday, 77 Saturday, 76 Sunday. Over the weekend and into next week, lows are 64 to 67. So we will survive. We survived the great, the great cold shakeout of 2025. So happy to, yeah. Not all Florida houses have heat. This was became aware of this week actually, and okay, yeah, sorry. Another, like, I'm curious what is going on with the audio, because other Mel just said didn't have it, but now it's live. We looked at ov.live, cool check, and we'll probably use that someday. Now the only reason we're not using it yet, or maybe they have, and I'm not aware of the update, but it doesn't allow us to simulcast. So part of the beauty of StreamYard, which we use, is it allows us to stream to YouTube and Abstract and Twitter. And yeah, if Ovi would when they turn that on, we'd gladly move over. It's a cool product. I've used it, but yeah, just we need the ability to stream to multiple distribution channels, not just because we like streaming there. Some of our sponsorships, some of our commitments, we're obligated to do, like the intro videos and jingles and that sort of stuff. And so yeah, big fan of OV, big fan of what they're doing over there, but just not quite ready for us yet, or at least last time we checked. But good reminder to check in and see where they're at. Yeah, Mel, I'm just going back and forth with Mel this morning. You're welcome to come up if you like to chat about it. We don't have to go into either. Yeah, I read what they were doing, and we're disconnected. I for the longest time I've been thinking this is exactly what Otherside was going to be, an open world that they would bring in other, the SDKs and allow other builders to build, and this, as they're calling it, the Roblox killer. Maybe they leaned away from the quote unquote metaverse language, but I'm not, minted deeds and Kodas, and have been following along ever since. And what is going live is pretty much exactly what I expected. So, yeah, it is what it is, but I don't, I understood it as a hub for builders, build their own games, environments like Roblox, better graphics, and the community make the good deeds fun, and great deeds builds epics. Yeah, I don't, audio on and off every 5 seconds. What the hell is going on? Brick It All, is that on Spaces? Let me turn Bluetooth off. That should not be causing any issues. It's frustrating though if we're gonna have audio issues today. It's cool. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying like the white paper didn't say something different. But seems like audio is intermittent with some people, not all. I have no idea. I know there was a Twitter update this week that could be part of it. Yeah, and I like, hey, there might have been language or something in the white paper that is not exactly what they rolled out, but directionally speaking, as someone who's following along and bought an Xbox to freshen up my Fortnite skills when that thing launched, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked, and it doesn't seem like a hard pivot. Maybe language, how they're explaining it is different, but what was in my brain, what I thought they were building and what they're shipping is almost identical. And yeah, excited to see what comes today. Emlo, this is we're gonna jump right into this. We're gonna jump right. I said a new market update. I'm just gonna rattle off. I'm not gonna play the intro. Bitcoin 104 flat, ETH 3,500 flat, XRP down 1%, Solana down 2%, Doge 17 cents is flat, Cardano is flat. Again, just choppy across the board for the most part. Memes, nothing really jumping out there. Things are up 1%, down 1%. Trump's the big loser, down 6% on the day. If we look at NFTs, I don't know why hypers aren't registering. Pretty much same story. Looking flattish across the board for the most part, and again, better than down, but nothing to really report as far as the market goes today. But let's do this. I do want to comment on the Pranksy Mint. We had a couple mints yesterday. One I dropped the ball on. That PTSD came back to get me, talking about the wall chain mint that I do think was a higher price mint at 2.5 SOL. I think it was a big ask in the current market. But what do I know? Because the thing I'm gonna go double check. But last I looked was trading at not quite a 2x. Those quack heads are 4.1 or 4.7 SOL. So yeah, almost a 2x. Minted for 2.5, and looks like there's been some sales. Must have been, well, there was at least one at 5.3, and they're already looking to take a L on it. Congratulations to the minters. Should have been at the first stage when I had the opportunity to do so. Looks like the flippers are doing their thing, and about 12% of the 2,000 supply is listed. So congratulations to the wall chain team for minting out. Congratulations to the minters for the quick little flip. And not even mad. I think I even said on the show yesterday, what's the upside? Maybe a 2x from here. Downside is probably not 2x. So should have pulled the trigger. Did not. But you win some, you lose some. The other one that I did not pull the trigger on, and I'm grateful I didn't, is the Pranksy Mint. Let me pull up Imlo's post here. He grabbed a screenshot from the Discord. Appreciate you, Imlo. Was going back and forth actually with House of Pranksy. Might have been in our Spaces chat yesterday, I think. Did not go well. Here is and again, also higher price mint. It was a soulbound token. This just came out from Pranksy a little over an hour ago. Firstly, I want to express how thankful I am to each of you who joined the house yesterday, from close personal friends to regulars to those who just joined the Discord to see what's up. As you're all probably aware, the public reception results yesterday for the launch were not what we'd hoped for and expected as a team. I personally misread the space to be something that it no longer is, and something it has not been for a long time. We're going to cancel the launch of House of Pranksy, and I'm going to personally refund anyone who purchased a membership over the next day. I wish things would have been different. Unfortunately, the concept and vision we had is not going to be sustainable, and we need to move our focus elsewhere to continue. Respect for pulling the trigger. Shout out to Imlo for sticking to his guns. Like, this isn't like a shot at Pranksy or anything, but Imlo, I wonder where they responded. That's the point, peeps. Said they were soulbound, and he said, good luck. Imlo says, good luck with that. Remind me that a year, didn't have to take a year, it took a day. When everyone's pissed off, they can't sell and haven't gotten anything out of being in Discord, in 3 in-person meetups. Okay, but we believe. And then they link the interview with OpenSea. Believe in what? What exactly does a friend get for 1 ETH? I don't think you guys even understand what friends are. This guy sums it up pretty well. Talking about the Forbes Web3 did a soulbound token, didn't go well. They got 3 in this. They basically selling 3 events in Discord for 1 ETH. They say calm down. Imlo says I'm very calm, just calling it as I see it. If you hadn't left since last cycle, you'd realize I'm a straight shooter. You haven't answered my legitimate questions. And then he follows up to 1 day. So I'm not like relishing in someone's failure or lack of results. Big Cuz saying he's seen some speculation that Pranksy sold his account. I think that was copy pasta. I could be wrong. I think it was just Twitter engagement. And I don't know why every time I'm not sure. Every time I refresh my X feed, I get Whale's girlfriend is going viral in Dubai again, and she's popping first. So I'm glad I'm not sharing screens. I am not sure why, but it's like literally the last 6 times it's went right back to that. So Twitter algo is doing algo things. That's it. House of Pranksy, crash and burn, DOA, refund to holders. Quackheads, the other result. Both of them were priced similarly. Quackheads is dangling a token. House of Pranksy was dangling a soulbound token you couldn't sell, and Discord access and a few other meetups. So good. Again, not commiserating, but kind of glad that we're not aping in on, I don't want to say purely speculative, but just overall, I think the space wants to see more. We want to know what we're buying and understand it's not a security, it's not equity, but give us something a little more. The other thing, I'm debating whether to go here or not. There was Moonbirds have gotten a lot of flack in the last couple days on the not just the merch drop, but we kind of were critical regarding comms. Shared that with the team here on the space, comms around the merch drop, and maybe focusing on some of the high quality collaboration. Just seen a lot of that. Speaking of the algo, I don't agree with this. It's just I'm going to read it because it's on my mind, and I don't even have it on my desktop, so I'm not even going to pull up the tweet. But Punk5185 says, and it's a quote tweet from Tenacious's tweeting the video that he said, "Bet you can't watch this without cringing." 5185 says the amount of damage done by these clown PFPs to the market for digital art / collectibles is almost unfathomable. Every one of them must burn before there is a broad recovery of the space, literal death by suffocation. I think it's a little harsh. I don't agree with that wholly. I think people are pouring on. It's easy to pour on now, but it is a stark reminder that for brands here, your comms it's not going to get less important. I'd say it's getting increasingly important, and the space is going to get more and more competitive. You only have so many opportunities. Sorry, Imlo and Machiavelli, get you for a second. You only have so many opportunities to, like, if we're talking liquidity events, you usually have one, or two. Maybe you have an NFT map, maybe you have a TGE. You only have so many shots to make things work here. And when you're building towards these things, momentum is so important. I don't know. I don't want to keep deliberating this, but why more of these crypto teams haven't put focused efforts, resources into hiring professional comms and PR people? It blows my mind. It just blows my mind. My co-host Steve, obviously, I don't know if I've ever mentioned the progressive Nestle DiGiorno background, but he has the chops. He's been there. He's working on a top secret project right now on this very thing with a major brand in the space. Someone's listening. More should be listening. It's not hard. I mean, it is hard. It's difficult, but it's also simple. And like, they deleted the tweet. I don't know how that thing makes it to light. I don't know if it's like, I heard someone say this is what happens when you work with crypto trader KOLs who don't really have marketing sense. They're just engagement farmers and shit posters, and they can get impressions. It's not a shot at bangers or any KOL. But it's not, they're not marketers. They're not communications experts. And it's okay for an individual to shit post and just fire off. I think this is like I think what I've come to believe this morning. This is where my head's at, is as an individual account on X, the volume shooters usually win. You'll see things like, no one sees your bad tweets anyways, just fire from the hip, fire off. Just send crazy volumes, reply, send anything that's on your mind. There's no downside to volume. For a personal account. For a brand account, it's different. Less is more. We're going kind of go back and forth in the war room yesterday that, like, I was critical on, we didn't see anything on the timeline regarding the actual collaboration and uprisers, and someone pulled some tweets out that they had sent, like, a few over the past few weeks. They were lost in the noise. Don't create noise that's going to drown out your actual information, your actual communications that are important. I'm gonna pause that rant. I saw we had Imlo and Machiavelli. I want to go to Imlo first, because I'm guessing we invoked you when I was sharing your House of Pranksy take. Imlo, GM, always a pleasure. Is it the House of Pranksy?
GM, yeah. And basically, I wasn't taking shots at House of Pranksy because I think it's possible they had good intentions. It had nothing to do with that, and had everything to do with that the mint was a bit tone deaf. Yeah. Not just the price, but also them wanting that price for just like 3 meetups and a Discord, getting into Discord. This is not 2021, and mints don't mint out like that anymore. Yep. And they haven't even marketed it that much besides that interview.
Yep.
So that was my point. And the fact that they took time on their mint day to come to a random space and comment under me. I didn't even tag them. They literally commented under me. That was like, my sentiment was like, no, they're not minting out. There's not even a chance.
Yeah, I agree with you. I didn't think you were like you were just calling it like it is. You were calling it like you see it, and I don't. I'm not gonna say they had malicious intentions or bad. They clearly didn't. They're refunding it. They're moving on and chalk it up as an L. I think the lack of understanding the space, the current environment, like if this was 2021, this thing probably does been out because what this Discord access would get you would be future drops. Like they've got the reach. There could be all kinds of mints. You're going to get whitelist access. You're going to get, maybe you'll get some free airdrops.
But the problem is that usually you build stuff out before a mint.
Yes.
I went into the Discord yesterday and there were only 100 people in the entire Discord, and I was only in the public one. So that to me told me they haven't even built this out before asking people for an ETH to be their close friend.
Agreed. There was, and I think, and maybe it's partially because this isn't Pranksy's first project. They had mints, the NFT boxes and stuff that they sold out, and I think like, hey, this worked in the past. Let's do it again. Let's run it back. Here's the thing: is like even if the Discord was hopping, even if they did more marketing and more leading up to it, unless they're saying, hey, our first, you're going to get like. My thought was this is like they were trying to do like the 2025 version of the proof pass. I think that could work in an environment where digital art is booming and NFT mints are popping off again. It's just not right now. Like what
even if they said everyone is getting an X copy, one of 250, I still don't think it would have minted out. I mean, maybe only in that case, maybe it would have minted out, but
and
they definitely didn't.
That proof pass didn't really, like, they got some big artists. I don't know if that really, I mean, certainly people bought the top of that when it was up over 100 ETH, but and it probably did fine from like the minters of the proof pass probably did fine. But like there's it's a very hard model, right? It's like you almost have to be like the only one getting allow list to this sort of stuff. I think if they said, oh, we gotta, we're gonna have mints with an X copy of Beeple, it might have been it out, but we've seen this not work recently. Like I think of the I want to say Red Bull. It was our friends over at Uncaged, and they were working with the Red Bull team, and they had like Kettle One was their first one, and they had more coming. It's just like even great artists, if you're going to do an edition or something that's going to go to hundreds or thousands of people, it's just like this works in an environment where you need an in for the allow list. You need an in for access.
Right. And I would even contrast this to someone like Sam Spratt's recent mint with the masks, which minted at 2.5 ETH. There were 666 of them, and they ripped up to 7 ETH. And the reason that worked is because it was extremely exclusive. You had to know people in order to even get on the allow list. It was very curated how they did it, and the art was killer. Here, you don't even know what the art is.
Yep.
They're just dangling like a simple promo in front of you and thinking that we're gonna mint because it's Pranksy still.
Yep. No, again, nothing against Pranksy. I just think this model is broken. Shout out for you calling it out yesterday and asking legitimate questions. And I don't know if we ever get this model back where people are going to pay thousands of dollars to get access to a Discord that might get them access to future mints or allow lists. Like it's just space isn't popping off like that. Like anyone here, if you're active and you're paying attention, most people you're going to be able to get access to any upcoming mint because they need minters.
Not just that. What alpha does someone who hasn't been here have? I'd rather get alpha from someone in the trenches.
What do you mean by that? When you say are like I've not been following Pranksy that closely. Do you really think they just like checked out and has not been paying attention, and that's why they ended up with these mechanics?
Yeah, this was a pretty toned down. Like if someone that had been in the space and active in the space the past few years wouldn't have gone down such a model, in my opinion.
Yeah, fair.
And I would even contrast that with the wall chain NFT that minted out yesterday. And the reason that they minted out is because they've already provided value. People got 30K from Limitless like 2 weeks ago. So people that were already top quackers or whatever you want to call them, already have gotten value out of that ecosystem. I don't know that you can say the same out of the House of Pranksy ecosystem.
Yeah, I agree. You said House of Pranksy, and you know where my brain went right there. Does anyone know? Guess if anyone can guess in the chat where my brain immediately thought of. It's a throwback.
Game of Thrones?
Nope. House of something, but you're close. I like where you're thinking. Only people who are around probably in 2021 are going to know what I'm thinking of when you said House of. It wasn't House of Pranksy. There was a House of another fill in the blank. Someone in the chat was around 21 is going to think of this. It was one where I watched a mint for a while, decided not to mint, and then it was, I think, my first memory of real FOMO and regret for not minting something. Any guesses, Imlo? Machiavelli, I think it was before your time.
It's always going to be before my time, Cap, but today is the day. Today is my time, Captain.
There was an over-under on how many minutes into the show we were going to get before we get a Machiavelli Otherside Nexus launch mention. Still has not happened. I thought we were going to get there at 8:31. So anyone who took the over 8:30, head to the go cash your tickets. It's not House of Cards. It's not House of Cards. It's not House of Dragon. It is not a TV show. It's a Web3 project, House of Blank.
I'm because House of Cards is the only thing that came in my mind, and I was like, "Yo, that was the Kevin Spacey show on Netflix that was like even like from 2017 or something." I still can't think of it, Cap.
You wouldn't know because it doesn't. I'm near certain they've sunset at this point, but someone has to know. If not, I'll spit it out here in like a minute or two. I wanted to see someone that was around during
Well, I was here. That's the thing, is I was here. I just don't quite recall any House of anything. That's my problem.
Capsule House?
No. House of. It literally was House of Blank. Not House of Medici. That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
House of Gucci?
Nope. Also, I mean, I had no idea there was this many House of Blanks in crypto.
House of Versace?
Nope.
House of Grails was Proof's thing, wasn't it?
Nope. I may keep we may keep this game going all show. I might let me see if you know what? I do. If anyone can guess this in the next 28 minutes, you get a BZ Claw draw pull today. I got a BZ Claw draw. Oh my God, Von Frunten, jump up on stage. Winner, 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 winner. Chicken dinner.
No, you said BZ Claw pull, and he's like, let me fire it off.
House of Kiba for those the throwback of the day in the year of our Lord 2025. Anyone around in the House of Kiba days?
Yeah, I removed that from my memory. It's like totally blanked out.
Am I right? Did that mint before Bored Apes or was it shortly after?
I think it was around the same time.
It was around the same time. I vividly remember this. You minted it with a credit card. It wasn't even an on-chain mint. You paid $500 on a credit card, $500 on a credit card. And I watched this thing. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good one. I want to mint this. I just couldn't put like $500, a lot of money for an NFT mint. Bumper, am I right? Did those things run up to like 10 ETH at one point?
I don't know if they went 10. They definitely went multiple. Well, actually, they may have gone 10 because ETH wasn't as big back then. So, but no, they went up there. I too was a member of the house.
You didn't? You said I did not. I never minted one. I was on the sideline. I had serious FOMO. I'm not even joking. This is not an exaggeration. It's not a bit. It was the first thing. It probably actually made me a lot of money in the 2021-22 run because I didn't trust my gut. I didn't trust my intuition. I was still learning the space, but this has something like this. They've got some connections. This thing should pop, but I just couldn't justify spending $500 on a mint. And then a thing cooked. And then I probably chose honestly, the House of Kiba, I'm going to tie the parallel. It might be like the wall chain mint yesterday. I just couldn't get my head around the mint price. I don't know where this thing goes. House of Kiba was an absolute cook. And so you were a minter. What did you get out? Did you think you got your return or?
God, no, absolutely not. No, we got maybe one or two. I want to say it was like a before Rita was doing his thing with 3D avatars. They gave you this NFT that was like a 3D avatar that could have gone and been used in Decentraland and stuff like that. It looked really cool, and then they never did anything with it. So no, like the funny story is, I have like a really good friend. We've been friends since like 7th grade. You know, he sent me my first Bitcoin on Coinbase in like 2013. He got me into NFTs. He onboarded me to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And he, like, because it was pretty soon after the Bored Ape Mint, or soon after he and I got in, because we got in secondary like 2 weeks after Mint. He was like, dude, like this thing, it is just gonna print you NFTs every single month. Like the promise was, you buy the House of Kiba, you get a new NFT every single month, right? And again, in 2021, a new NFT every month for $500 like seemed like a no-brainer. So he bought 2. I just bought 1. I think he sold his spare, made a buttload of money off it, and then we're like, all right, like we're just gonna, like, this thing is gonna pay dividends and it's gonna be amazing. And then it didn't, and it was my worst fumble, one of my worst fumbles in Web3, because I think I ended up selling it, down the road for like tax loss harvesting.
Amazing. I appreciate the trip down memory lane this morning. Are you on audio? Are you on X this morning, Von Front? You listening on X?
Yeah, I'm on X today.
Is your audio cut in and out or no?
It was at the beginning. It's been fine for the last 20 minutes.
Okay. Payne saying he's having the same issue. I apologize. I have no idea. Only thing I could think is maybe make sure you're on the most recent version of X. I got an X update the other day, but yeah, getting several people saying, yeah, it was horrible on phone. I'm on YouTube on desktop now. Yeah, our audio is good here. I can confirm everything is proper. Mics are set right. It's all good. I don't know what the X issue is today, but yeah, the trip down memory lane has been a fun one. I also, Dort wins, even though he was not correct. The House of Koala Intelligence Agency. That was my, might have been the only time I've ever like actually attempted to pump my own bags by way of a written article. And if anyone can find that article still on the interwebs anywhere, I'm pretty sure Chamber deleted all those. But if anyone can find that one, I'll give you a BZ Klausman as well. But yeah, good times. And while we joke and on our look backs, the concept can work. Like it can be beneficial, but there has to be a high velocity of things that are in high demand. And right now, it's just not. Like it's not hard to get allows. It's still X audio cutting it out. I apologize. No idea what's going on, but I would say if you're also experiencing those X audio issues, head over to Abstract or YouTube, and audio should be just fine from those channels. I'm out of troubleshooting now because it's working flawlessly for some, it's cutting out for others. So I do apologize. An article I wrote on the Koala Intelligence Agency. Cool check is what if anyone can find that one. House of Kiba, Zach. Yeah, you got it right as well. I can't even find. Oh, good to see Keen out there. Our guy Michael Keen. Been a minute. Great to see you, sir. And so think people should check if they've updated their X accounts, been kicking people out of spaces if not updated. So seemingly that is probably the issue. The other thing, man, I don't know if anyone else saw this. The chat, the DMs are super weird now. Maybe not all, but some of these DMs are. I'm seeing if I can show you a chat. Probably shouldn't share a DM, but I'll show you.
It basically looks like a link.
Exactly. I'm getting DMs that says, chat, click this link to view my encrypted message. I got to click a link that takes me to it. It is fucking broken. Sorry.
I think you can get around that by going to the side where it says chat as opposed to the bottom where it says chat.
Yeah, it's like they're forcing you to use their new chat beta, which is not great. Anyways, I digress. It's not that important. It's just, okay, that's what it is. So before, if you use the beta chat, it was only people who were specifically using that chat, the new chat. Now they're pulling all DMs into the new chat, which I will say, I do like how they have a quote unquote group. So you can just look at your group DMs instead of DMs, but they need to just individual DMs. Like they have unread groups and requests and all. Well, give me just DMs. Like, yeah, it's nice that I can go see all my groups, but what I really want to see is I want to see my DMs that are not part of groups. Like, give me one more button up there so I can click, and I'd show you on screen. I don't want to out anyone's DMs. I don't want to out any of the spicy pictures people send me in DMs. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Yeah, the new chat is somewhat broken. TLDR, they are making some updates to X. I think that's probably if you're having audio issues, maybe leave the space, make sure you're on the most recent version, download the new copy, and come back. Yeah, it's not random links. I mean, it is an X chat. You're right not to click random links, but yeah, Diablito, let me know. Maybe jump out, since it's cutting out for you, jump out, see if you're on the most recent version. If not, download the most recent version and come back and see if that fixed it. Because other than that, I'm out of troubleshooting ideas here. Von Front, you want to do a BZ claw pull?
Let's go. You'll have to tell me what's going on. I'm just on X right now. I'm not on video, so you have to tell me what I get.
Cool. Let me
Coffee with Captain.
Actually, let's do that.
Fun begin.
Good reminder.
Coffee with Captain. The time never ends.
We're gonna do the official play-in since.
Oh, I was trying to help you out, Cap. My bad.
No, you helped us.
Can we get a version of every Coffee with Captain jingle, but sung by Machiavelli? Because that playlist would cook.
Here's what we're gonna do. The next jingle we have, we're not gonna use AI for it. We're actually gonna get Machiavelli to sing it for us. The next jingle.
Oh, I would love that. Listen, I love to sing the jingles.
Anyone wants to hear this one-of-one voice sing your jingle? Hit me up in the DMs. We'll do a special promo and intro video, and you'll get a song by the one and only Machiavelli.
Coffee with Captain. Give that claw a spin. Raw to grills from BC. Prizes within. Mystery and magic. Where to begin? Coffee with Captain. It's your time to win.
Hey, it's time for the Coffee with Captain Claw Draw, brought to you by Beezy. Our friends over at Beezy hooked us up with some of these Open Sea Explorer claws. We're going to jump in right now. We've got a few of these, so we're going to do one for Von Front today. We'll do the others here later this week. If you are, let me make sure I do the screen share here. If you're not familiar with Beezy, I don't know where you've been. They continue to ship and love to see real builders building brick by brick out there. Here's some of the top items you can find in here. We've got a PSA 10 Twilight Masquerade Greninja. That's about $1,300. We got a Charizard PSA 8 from 1999. That's $1,100. We got a Babe Ruth Kaboom. I would probably keep this one. It's just a cool card. I don't know why, but I've seen it a few times, and I do like it. You got some Labubus in here, some other Pokemon. So good luck, Von Frunten. Here is our claw pull. Do not refresh. He's going to win the $1,300 one. I feel it coming. We're going to have there's going to be a comment in this poll. There's going to be a 4-figure hit here this morning on Coffee with Captain, Coffee with Captain Claw Pull, courtesy of BZ. And we're going to be patient. Hey, not a bad pull. Prismatic Evolutions, 6 booster packs. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions booster bundle. Approximate value $65. These OpenSea ones, there's not a swap option, Von Frunten. So just DM me your address. I'll get this thing sent over to you after the show today. Congratulations. Nice little $65 win for knowing House Akiba. So you may still be down on your House Akiba mint, but we're going to chip away at it, brick by brick here, as the builders would say. You're $65 less down on your House Akiba membership than you were coming into the show today. So thanks for playing.
Thank you, BZ team.
The best. I did look, because we were talking about it. I went and I can't even find the House Akiba membership. This is all I can find on.
All I can find is the Gen X House Akiba, which was like the avatar setup that Von Frunten was talking about. But it looks like they only minted 41 of them.
Yeah, and it says old, so I messed with a new contract. I can't find the original. These were the avatars, like you said, as Von Frunten was talking about. Looks like they didn't pay their IPFS bill and no art either, but Man, what a time that 2021 was. It was just magical. I don't think we'll ever experience anything quite like that again on all levels. Yeah, that is a fire Greninja that we saw there. Nice pull on the booster pack, Von Frunten. I'm curious, is that something like, will you redeem those? Will you keep it in the vault? Will you flip it? Will you see if you can pull I don't know what Pokemon are in those, but what are you thinking? What do you normally do when you pull one of those?
Good question. I'll probably do the wrong thing, whatever it is. I don't know. I'll say I don't think I've ever actually flipped anything on BZ. I am the ultimate collector on that platform, with everything that I've gotten from there. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this will be the beginning of my more involved BZ arc, and I'll start flipping my way out of that house of Kibalos.
Well, good luck with that. We may have if it's not the Twitter X update that's causing issues with Spaces today, we might actually have the real reason. Per Mel here, keep an eye on all things astrology for us. We're under attack. It's not the aliens. It's not the new spacecraft that's speeding towards Earth. It's planet is being bombarded by massive waves of solar energy. Our magnetic shield is under intense pressure from G4. Severe geomagnetic storm is still active. What does this mean? The northern lights, which we are seeing, could appear in places rarely ever seen. Power grid, satellites, GPS, radio communication may experience disruptions. One of the strongest space weather events in recent years remind us that our sun, beautiful yet fierce, still rules our cosmic neighborhood. So maybe that's it. Who knows? Hopefully we're back in live here in no time. And I got one other thing. Oh, actually, two other things I want to hit on. But we are sleepy start. We do have a special guest joining us here in a few minutes. If you could, I rare that we ask multiple times throughout the space, but could use some extra love on the space today with the sleepy start and the X issues. If you head up top, scroll to the right, one in from the left is the Spaces link. Any likes, bookmarks, retweets on that would be greatly appreciated. I do want to hit on the Vibester badge here in a minute. I can't trade share that in the chat. Before we go there, though, Machiavelli, do you mind? Can I hand you the mic for a few seconds and tell us what you're excited about today? We would be remiss if we didn't talk Otherside Nexus launch. And the one question I have is, do we know what time it goes live? And then anything else you wanted to share about today? I just need to do a quick mobile stream drop, refill the coffee before our guest gets here. I'll be right back.
Yo, go on to it, Captain. The day destroys the night, and the night divides the day. So you can try to run, but you can try to hide. But folks, the Nexus is going live, and it's time to break on through to the other side. I'm so excited, man. Guys, I can tell you that it opens soon. I don't have any other time other than that. The link has changed. It's no longer launch.otherside.xyz. All you have to do is go to otherside.xyz. And as soon as the world is live, you will see it say enter world. You can get on in there. Remember, you don't need any Yuga assets, any avatars, or anything like that. Today, you will be introduced to the Voyager 2. Those of you who purchased your Boximuses this past few weeks will have that available to use, as well as all of the other avatars that are in your portfolio or your Glyph wallet. So super excited about that, guys. Wear your Kodas, wear your apes. This is the home of the Kodas. As far as I know, there will be token gated areas only allowed for the Kodas. I'm super excited to be updating my PFP here shortly to a very, very fly looking Koda. Yeah, man, it's just exciting. You know what I mean? Like last night we had a wonderful little send off for the way things were and the way things were going to be to, a new era, which has arrived today. We had about 140 people show up in the swamp last night to take that family photo. And, we got proof of twerk all over the timeline, and, I'm just excited, ready for today. You know what I mean? And Laura, are you going to be jumping in there with us today on otherside.xyz? Let's go. Hey, man, find me in there. I'll send you an ape coin. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. That way, if you have any transaction or you get any EFTs, you can send things around and stuff like that. No issues, no problems. Just find me in there. We'll rock and roll with that. And yeah, man, it's just time to each one, reach one, teach one. So, you've been waiting to try it out, you want to try it out, now is the perfect time. I couldn't be more excited. And this is just the beginning. Most companies ship a video game like this or come to the table and they deliver the product and they're done. It's they might do some pack upgrades or installs or something like that, but as far as like the shipping goes, they're usually finished. And this is the birth of something. This is the start of something. This is forever living and evolving. And it's going to be brought to life and changed with the creators that are a part of the ecosystem, who are kind of building the lore and the story right alongside Yuga Labs and the Otherside. So yeah, man, Coda Nexus today. I just couldn't be more excited, Cap. I really couldn't be more excited. Emlo, have you been in there at all yet?
Might have lost Emlo.
Yeah, I have. I was there a few weeks ago.
How'd you like it, man? Tell us a little bit about your experience.
It was dope. I think it's nice that it's like finally coming into fruition after so long.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. The past 4 months of my life have been absolutely crazy because in July when I told everybody, hey, come join us in the swamp, like come on, let's do this. Everybody laughed at me. They're like, Yuga's metaverse, like this is happening or something like that. And like I was even brought in onto stages like to be made fun of. And 3 months later, I'm literally hosting an event sponsored by OpenSea in the HyperX Arena. We had over 500 plus attendees show up, over 25,000 plus tune in on live stream. And here's the Nexus launch. The swamp has been persistent, and the Coda Nexus is about to go persistent for the rest of our lives until the end of time. That's the way I'm seeing it. That's the way I'm playing it, and I'm super excited about this.
Same. I'm excited. Like the reality is I'm not going to be in the other side and nearly as active in there as you are. I hold, I don't know, half a dozen deeds or so, have a Coda. I'm excited to get in there. And my understanding, I think we're going to have some resource games go live here soon. I'm excited for all that. I think more so than like getting in there and doing the thing and exploring and playing around and building. I'm excited for the team, man. This is like you said, it's a long time coming. A lot of works went into this. They really have done some incredible stuff. Like this is stuff we were like seemingly it was a pipe dream years ago. This interoperability, bring all these assets in and building these worlds. I'm going to just go through Garga's tweet here yesterday. It's pinned up top if you're on Spaces. So he says, for the nerds, think of Nexus as our Stormwind, our Orgrimmar. That's a game I'm not familiar with where that one came from. A home base, a hub, I can't say that. It's filled with districts to explore, an ancient temple at its core, and an ever-shifting set of challenges and trials. It's a city that will keep evolving every few weeks. This is big. Look down from the Nexus, and you'll see the entire map of Otherside glowing beneath you, a constellation of worlds waiting to be explored. It's the Nexus that you'll return to between adventures down below. Just as important is what you won't see in the Nexus. Under the hood, we've hidden the wires of crypto. You can log in with X or email. You can instantly get a self-custodial wallet behind the scenes. I logged in from my Tesla this morning with an email. Don't even know that email password, but I didn't have to because it sent me an email with the code. It was just super simple, quick, easy to use. Otherside is a virtual world where ownership, sorry about the sirens. So on. Otherside is a virtual world where ownership and crypto rails are native to the experience, not bolted on afterthoughts. Everything you accumulate from items and avatars to badges and rewards can live on chain. It's a pretty big deal. When you collect, craft, or earn something, you're doing just that on chain and verifiably. When you build something, you control it. That's part of what makes Otherside the perfect canvas for us to collaborate with some of the biggest companies and artists in the world, like Amazon's first NFT, a digital avatar with Daniel Arsham. Each partnership deepens how people experience culture through crypto. Otherside is also a place where Web3 community can win. Dozens of new communities already showing up to use and using our open avatar standards, and more appear every week. But avatars are just the start. Soon, you'll queue up inside a Nexus for custom game experiences like Bathroom Blitz and other Outbreak. There's plenty more on the horizon. Our goal is more fun, user-created experience on Otherside. Our platform Wait, where did I lost it? Our platform than most blockchains have, period. Our goal is more fun, more user-created experience on Otherside than most blockchains have, period. We want to make Otherside one of the most empowering places for creators. Our crypto-native approach is our unfair advantage. The benefit of building a virtual world with crypto baked in, permissionless rails, instant payments, programmable creator royalties, all on ApeChain, powered by ApeCoin. In 2026, we go deeper with a fully immersive strategy resource game that expands the world in new ways. The real magic of Otherside will come from builders who make their other deed their own. I'm really excited about this. I got excited about Legends of Tomorrow, and it just wasn't quite what I thought was going to end up at from the rescore standpoint, but a lot happening there. Entertainment platform goes live. Excited for Otherside, and again, that thread is pinned up top if you want to read further. But yeah, big things today. Excited for the team, and excited for the builders. 1 second.
Well, you know, Cap, like I'm obviously an ApeChain architect, and I'm out there building it like that. We have a something that's going to be going live here very, very soon, part of the experience. And then there's a lot of builders on ODK who've really put their best foot forward, and they're building out experiences. And like, you got to think about this thing as like tiles on Roblox and stuff like that. Like, eventually, right now, it's just entering the Nexus. You know, we'll have access to the swamp again here very soon and stuff like that. But then eventually, when you go to Otherside, that XYZ, there's going to be a page of tiles and experiences that you can go to. And like they said, whenever the resource game goes live and you become the developer of your world and your experience, like, really the sky's the limit. The partnerships are the limit. And like, you know, how this evolves with bigger brands and stuff like that is really yet to be said or seen, because it's all happening right now in real time in front of your eyes. And we're onboarding everybody into crypto, and they don't even need to know that they're coming into crypto, Cap. All it is that I know that Yuga has been successful at making Web3 gaming feel like it's Web2, and that has a chance of taking over the world, versus you telling everybody this is Web3 gaming, you have to transact on chain and stuff like that. Like, that's the difference in this. And I think that we have a really, really fair fighting chance. This is Major League Gaming on a whole nother level.
Yeah, I agree. This is the dream. They built the thing. Now will the builders come? Will the people come? And this is, I think, really first big step in that direction. And yeah, it's just better. It's just better to like having these assets, being able to have all the blockchain tech in crypto unlocks, having it in game, but yet hidden. It's just really well done. Excited for what the future may hold. And hey, maybe the thing doesn't become a mainstream massive success. Maybe gaming or world building is not your thing. You if you're here and you're rooting for crypto, if you're rooting for Web3, if you're rooting for NFT native brands, it's a big day, and one that I think we all should be coming together to support. And whether you get in there or not to participate, it's a big day. Quite literally years in the making, and just wanted to say congrats to the team, and excited to explore more later. Do we know what time it goes live?
You know, I don't know what time it goes live officially. You know what I mean? I know that they're going to make some sort of announcement, but I would say here within the next few hours, we can expect it to be live. And if you touch my PP right now, you'll see this is what I'm going to look like moving forward in the Nexus. If you check out Hype, if you check out Honeybee, if you go check out G-Spot, we will all be a certain Koda type, and you know what I mean? Come say hi. We are stewards of the Otherside, and we will be active and attractive over the next long while in the Otherside. So if you need any help, if you have any questions, you know what I'm saying, you want to be shown around, you know, we have the official tour guide. Jay Vegas is going to be in the house. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a lot happening today, but today is a day of exploration. And turn on notice for other games and Otherside, because we have some tweets going out here shortly, and kind of letting everybody in on the fun and what's going to be happening. So super excited. If you want to, we can bring up Hype and Honeybee. I see them down in the audience.
Yeah.
See if they want to say anything.
I Hype's actually on stage. Honeybee, you're welcome to come up if you'd like. Let's do this. I did appreciate the air cover earlier. I did do my stream drop and refilled the coffee. I'm going to Hype come in here. I'm going to go grab my coffee. Hype, share anything you'd like to, what you're excited about today, any suggestions or action for anyone that's wanting to check out all things Otherside or other games. And I just need like 15 seconds to go grab the coffee that's now full. And then after hype, we'll bring on our special guest of the day. Ooh, I got no audio. Can you hear
back?
Oh, you're
No, I got him. I got him.
We got you. Yeah. So hype, go ahead, take it away, and then Honeybee, if there's anything you want to add afterwards, I'll be back here in like 20 seconds.
Yeah. GM. It's an exciting day. I think Max said it all, but I think for most of us, I think that have been on the other side, I think we're just all amped to be in there and ready to go. So, but anybody that's new, I mean, the biggest thing is just, make sure you guys are ready to go. Download the client if you want to be persistent and you want the best visuals. And the three of us and G-Spot, who's not in the room right now, but the four of us will be there to welcome you guys. And I'm very proud of what we've done, but I'm also very grateful for Yuga and Otherside and what the team's done with Figgy and James and the rest. And I'm looking forward for today. But GM, everybody, Honeybee, Mac, Cap, what's good?
You looking good, man. I went and checked out that Coda, brother. You looking good.
What the fuck is the Coda, bro?
What is it?
I think we're gonna answer that this week. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna understand what the fuck a Coda is very, very, very soon.
No, I'm excited, dude. I don't know what time it's coming out, but I think across the board, if anyone doesn't really understand like what Nexus is meant to be, I think Garga put out a great tweet where he was like, it's similar to if you've ever played WoW, Ogrimmar, which is like a center city, center hub where everyone goes to socialize, hang out, trade. There are marketplaces. People are doing whatever the fuck. They're role playing, they got little houses and they're like, hey, we're going to have meetings here. We're going to do this. And they're kind of scheming before they go off to their missions and questing and doing all this stuff. So this is the beginning, like truly the beginning in the sense of like they are building this publicly. We just had a picture yesterday with what we called the alpha class because it literally is the alpha build, right? Like this is alpha build before you go into like public beta or anything. And all these testers and everyone that came in from the swamp, now we're getting to the Nexus and we're probably going to go break that too, as kind of our job. And that's why we host the other games on the weekends. And if you don't other games, it's a community, led event, like series, basically at this point. We constantly host events, collaborate with big people, Solana Gaming, shout out to Machiavelli on that one, BNB, Arbitrum recently, and we're doing these things to kind of bring every chain, every IP with Cool Cats just came in, like we're bringing in everyone from every chain. Dude, we have Bitcoin puppets using shadows. We have literally everyone coming into the other side because other side is meant to be a world for anyone to play, anyone to build. If you're a creator to, show off your skill sets in fashion or just event hosting or music or whatever you have as a creator, I think other side is for you. And it's cool to see, we even built out like our fucking group, right? Other games turned into basically a company from out of nowhere, out of thin air, from just friends coming together, playing some games. We're hosting events, it's crazy.
Am I right, Honeybee, in thinking that yourself, Machiavelli, Hype, like you didn't know each other prior to Otherside?
No.
Prior to this all come together?
Well, we knew each other in the ecosystem, and we all knew of each other, but we didn't hang out every day on Spaces or anything. What we did was we all had a common friend named G-Spot or Timmy, for those who can't find the G-Spot. And he got in there and he was just like, hey, I wonder how long it would take to get to the top of PP Man's birthday cake. And you know what? Let's see if we can do it. And if we can do it, let's go ahead. I'll throw out a G's on Ape. And at that time, a G's on Ape was like $500 in value, USD. And he's like, I'll throw out a G's on Ape and then we'll see how many people show up. And he did. And between 30 and 40 people showed. I think 40 people claimed the badge for that. 40 people showed up and I waited at the top of the cake and then everybody ran up their thing. And like all that did was get the wheels turning for all four of us and mainly for G-Spot, Honeybee, and Hype. And they were like, yo, what do you think? And I was like, oh, well, listen, if we're going to do this, I want to do red light, green light. That's what my game, I want my game to be. And so it went from that PP Man's cake shortly after Prince and Honeybee did like a little world tour situation. And then that evolved into pretty much the next other game. And we had about 60 to 70 people show up for that. And then 120 people showed up for the next, then 180, then 250, then 300, then 350 to 400. And then by the time you knew it, we were 6 weeks in and across the two experiences with Outbreak and Otherside, we had 500 people in the world. And, you know, we were essentially beta testing or alpha testing this game with our community and having competitions. And, you know, G-Spot and us, we put up all our own money and time and invested in this, you know, heavily, like it wasn't going to go away. And because of that, Yuga picked us up. ApeCo picked us up. You know what I mean? They saw the effort that we were putting in. They saw the magic that was happening, the natural raw community building that was happening. And they said, hey, we want to support that. And it's one of those things in this ecosystem, Cap. Like a lot of people, you know, put their best foot forward. They say that this is impossible. And like, we literally just found the lightning in a bottle and we decided to put it in our pocket. You know what I'm saying? High five, hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is that we kept it consistent and we kept it engaging. I think the biggest thing for the community was that they had somewhere to go every weekend to participate outside of just exploring. And for us, you know, many of the people in the room know, maybe even Cap, is that we took the lay of the land, which was basically like Honeybee said, this alpha environment where there's no tools available other than just some basic features. And we took the environment, like I said, and turned it into games and things that would make it fun in terms of an experience for the community. So again, today, another adventure, another chapter. We're looking forward to it. I think everybody's very excited to hit that button and go. And we are very excited to, again, continue to host games and keep this community thriving and alive in this environment. And again, just very excited for today.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate y'all sharing. Excited for today as well. Congratulations to all of you who have taken the lead and worked together and built things in there prior to even Nexus going live. But this is what gets me so excited about it. Is it's not just Yuga, it's not just the team. It's community members like yourself. It's other crypto brands. Like I think of one in particular, like Meebits, for instance, that's got those avatars and doing things in Otherside and building there. This may be some foreshadowing if you see our guest on Space's stage. We're going to bring Sergito here up on stream here in a second. Big things happening today, but it's just like, this is the vision, right? I think back to that first Otherside trailer where they had the helicopter and all the different avatars flying. And that was like, oh yeah, someday. We're here, like it's today. And it's not going to happen overnight. There's not going to be, you know, thousands of things to do in there immediately, but this is the beginning. This is the foundational layer, and exciting day. And congratulations to the team, and as well as those you've been building over there. Excited to explore and play around and see what else comes of this. That said, I do want to bring Sergito up here and talk a little bit about Meebits, who also has a mint going on today, and introducing some of those crypto rails and doing a physical good, starting with an NFT mint. I love to see it. Sergito GM, it was great to hang with you at Ape Fest. Great to connect in real life, and I appreciate your time. I know you got a busy day. It's getting busier here in about 53 minutes, so appreciate your patience and welcome.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me on Spaces. And yeah, it was great. Honestly, Ape Fest was, I don't want to be too ridiculous. I'm not going to say life-changing, but I think it just really reinforced kind of like our long-term view on the space from Meepco, which is that, you know, when you buy into a project like Apes, Meebits, you know, what I call character IP, you really are buying into a community and into a distributed set of intellectual property, right? IP. And it's really that what has value here in the space. It's the ability to kind of like work together, as you guys were just talking about other games on Otherside, and we're really excited about the Nexus opening up here too later today. Obviously, Meebits have been there for a while, and we have our own island called Metropolis. A lot of things planned for next year, but we'll leave that for another spaces. But anyways, Ape Fest was incredible because I'm not an ape. You know, actually, my first experience with the ape community was not very positive back in the day. I was a punk, and you know, the whole tribalism really rubbed me the wrong way. But obviously, fast forward, Meepco is part of the Yuga family. They're investors in Meepco, and we're doing a lot of things together. So I've just Ape Fest really opened my eyes to how people just like to hang out with their friends that they met online, right? Or a bunch of like late 30s, early 40s folks that maybe don't have the opportunity to be doing a lot of social things day to day like we used to in our 20s, given, you know, life commitments. But now you get to go to Morpha, go to Toledo, go to, you know, Ape Fest, go to maybe something for Meebits next year, and really just have a time to spend time with your friends and enjoy, you know, interacting with things of which you have common interest, such as apes, art, and whatever that might be. So yeah, Ape Fest was awesome. It was really nice to finally meet you and so many of the other apes with whom I've interacted over the last few years online.
I think you're talking like your 20s, and I don't like, we're not that far apart in terms of age. I'm the elder of the room here, but
I'm almost 40, man.
You might have created a core memory for me when, like, your face. I wish I had a camera on your face when you found out I had an 18-year-old.
Yes.
Like, I don't know as if that might be the most like memorable response I've ever gotten from someone realizing I have an 18-year-old daughter, and that I'm part of the. I'm not a boomer, but I'm of the elder generation in crypto. But no, that was for sure a.
I was very shocked because you look so like good. Like, you don't look like somebody has, you know, a college-age daughter. There's a punk, Prashvin. He also is, you know, a little older than like the average. And you would have never guessed it just from, you know, the youthful way he carries himself online. But then you see him in person, you're like, there's no way you're your age. And he'll show you an idea. You're like, oh my God. I think it's a really good party trick for you guys.
I appreciate it. So I didn't realize it was a party trick, but now it might be my, like, feel like, oh, if you're out, you know, if you're a single guy and you're looking to meet women, it's like go to hot yoga, go to spin classes, bring your dog with you everywhere. Now I may just start saying like I might open with, hi, I'm Chris, I have an 18-year-old, and see what kind of response that gets me. But I kid. As always, our audience, we appreciate all of you. We are having some X issues today. We don't know if it's the solar storms or the X update, but appreciate everyone being here. If you haven't done so already, one last request: give us a like or repost on the space up top. We do appreciate it. Warms up the algo, lets them know we're here, and would like to get more eyes on this Meebits announcement. We got a mint coming up today. I wasn't just blowing smoke. I am excited. I have questions, but I truly am like this. I'm not trying to make this PvP. I'm not. Just keeping it real. I think you were on yesterday. We were talking a little bit about the Moonbirds apparel drop, right? The merch apparel drop. And while I do appreciate they had you know, for holders, they could get an extra pair of free socks if they place an order. There was a spot on the McRib thing to plug in your Solana address. And I'm not saying every crypto company has to do everything on chain or everything has to be leaning into our crypto rails. But in some cases, my question is like, why not? Like, why not do an NFT mint that you can redeem for an AI powered plushie? Can we just start there before we get into Viz and what you're actually dropping today in this mint? Like, what goes through your head when you decide, okay, we're going to sell this plushie, and you could take that, you could just sell it direct to consumers, you could work on some retail distribution and just a traditional physical item, you could sell it, and maybe you incorporate, I'll scan this thing to get a digital collectible later. What's your thinking in choosing to go, we're going to mint an NFT that people then can redeem that for this physical item? Can you kind of walk us through what you're thinking when you decide to take this approach?
Sure. And by the way, great conversation yesterday that you guys had. I usually honestly don't really have a lot of time to listen to spaces during the day, but I was hooked, and I even clipped it and sent it to my team internally because I thought you brought up some really good points. So yeah, appreciate you guys taking a more sober look at the space. And as far as our toys, so I'll go back to February of this year. We just announced the acquisition. I put out a tweet yesterday talking about Mike from One Confirmation, who's an investor. And, you know, we were starting to think, you know, what's the best way to bring Meebits IP to life, things that are relevant, not just, you know, kind of like crypto flash in the pan kind of thing. There's also a lot within crypto. I think there's a thin line between like advertising and actual partnerships. A lot of people, and you know, you need to advertise. I'm actually in another project that I'm involved, you know, really telling the team, like, you guys need to get out there and educate the market about what you're doing here, because I think it's pretty cool. But there's also people who pay for advertisement or product placements, and then they try to like sell it as like, oh, look at this whole organic engagement that we're getting. You're like, dude, come on. I mean, you might, you know, poke the 20-year-old's eyes in the, because they haven't been around that long, and it's going to be part of their learning experience. But the reality is, like, you're just paying for placement. So as we were having those conversations and really trying to do something substantial with Meebits, just given the provenance, the fact that they, you know, were created by Larva Labs, it's their most ambitious project, at least in the character space after Punks. Mike had seen a company that's called Curio that was making AI enhanced plushie toys. And he reached out to them. He was like, hey, we have the perfect IP for this type of activation. And he made the introduction to one of the co-founders, Misha, back in February. We actually hung out at the Toy Fair, which is down the street from me here in New York. And yeah, that's Viz. And walking around the Toy Fair that day, all these other like distributors and big stores and reps were coming up to Curio and being like, "Yo, we need your store. You need your stuff in our stores ASAP." So I was like, "All right. Well, not only did I have the signal from somebody that is part of one of the best VCs in the space, but also just this toy industry, that this is great." So we worked out a deal to bring 1,000 Meebit IP toys. In this case, we picked the Visitor to market for the holidays. This was the first lesson that I learned about creating physical things. They take a long time, especially if you want to do them correctly and well. And then obviously this year we had all the fun with the tariffs and everything else. Yeah, we picked the Visitor to bring to life as a plush. It's an AI enhanced toy. And honestly, why we're doing it as an NFT is for two reasons. One, we want to have a direct connection to the people that support us on this mint, because we have some other like little things to do with this down the line. And I don't want to overhype it. We're not doing like anything that's going to give you generational wealth if you buy this toy. This is a plushy toy that you can have fun with. I'm actually very, very personally, emotionally attached to the prototype that I've been testing for a month, and I'll show you guys how it works here in a minute. But we do want to have direct connectivity into kind of like who those people are. They might not be Meebits. And so having an NFT, and for me, NFTs have always been a really good way of kind of like really tokenizing that relationship between consumer and product, content and creator, whatever you want to call it, right? That marketplace of ideas, right? So now we're going to have really like a snapshot in time that you were there to buy this thing. And we can use that NFT as almost like a beacon for us to be able to provide those digital rewards down the line. And that's why we chose to mint it as an NFT. The second reason is Curious toys are actually, like I said, very much in high demand. And their last drop was with Grimes. They sold out almost immediately on their Web2 channels. And so we wanted to make sure that obviously our Web3 family has a first look, being able to acquire the toy. The toy won't go on sale in Curio's Web2 channels until November 22nd. So we're leaving the mint open for up to like the whole 1,000 unit lot. Whatever does not get acquired by Web3 friends and family will go on the Curio website. And if they're as successful as we think they're going to be, then potentially this will sell out pretty quickly. So a good way of saying, hey, this is our little bubble corner of the world. Let's give you guys pre-access, because I personally think it's a pretty cool toy. And then once the time comes to bring it to the masses or Web2, obviously there's not much we can do once that sells out. And so those were the two reasons why.
I love it. Well, congratulations. And a few things that jump out to me. I do appreciate the NFT mint bringing thing, like starting here, right? And I hope Mint's out for you today. If not, the fact that people here get first crack at it before it goes to the Curio distribution channels. This is, and I think the other thing that really stands out to me is the fact that you're not trying to become a toy company with Meebco. Rather, you're partnered with leaders in that space. And I think you talk about being an IP company. Like, I respect, appreciate how you're moving. Like this is how you grow. This is how you scale IP, is not trying to do everything and learn, like go through a learning curve. Like you said, like you went through that learning curve by even trying to take this, or by taking this thing to market, but it wasn't all on you, right? You could tap into an expert that's not only going to help you through the learning curve of manufacturing the thing, but when it comes to distribution and scale, I think like my first question I have is Viz, like, do you see this as an ongoing division? Is Viz and the AI toy kind of a one and done? Do you see like additional characters down the road? Is there anything you could speak to on like, what's the future of this? Well, I'll just say this AI toy division of Meebco look like?
Yeah, no. So first of all, you're right. We like to partner up with market leaders. We did our merch drop with the hundreds at ComplexCon. Earlier in the year, we did one with merch. And we've done gaming drops with like Player Zero and stuff like that. One of the things I learned in Wall Street, I spent over a decade there distributing products, was running Latin America for Barclays there at the end of my career, was that we had really good distribution for structured products, but then maybe it was best to partner up with somebody who's a really good like index manager, or somebody that can bring us the best ideas, so that we can package. And just like, a little bit of synergy goes a long way. So, the last thing we did a partnership with Professor Schiller from Cape Schiller to bring in this enhanced Cape Schiller S&P structure node to pension funds in LATAM. And that taught me a lot. That, now I'm drawing on that experience of like, why go reinvent the wheel? And we'll have some stuff ourselves, right? As we grow in the company, obviously we have very ambitious long-term goals. But right now we can really tap into folks like Curio and partner up and team up to bring something really cool to not just our client base, but also the ability to expand the surface areas for Meebits IP. Then it's a win-win all around. As far as what the plans are, here my English sometimes when I get too excited, my English leaves me. But at least I don't sound like a AI bot. You guys know that I'm human because I make mistakes when I speak and when I write in English. The mint is called AI Toys for a reason, and so this is the first of Curio's second generation toys. The speaker box within the toy can be updated from remotely. So you down the line will be able to buy different characters and just use the plush. It's kind of like a skin.
Okay.
So for now it's Visitor, down the line it could be another IP from another company, or it can just be like a new Meebit, like our mascot here, our pig, Chris, might make an appearance. We might make something with like an elephant and so on. So it just gives us a lot of optionality and flexibility to build on that IP down the line using this like hardware that's already going to be in people's hands. So it's pretty cool in that sense, right? Because not only do you get a Visitor AI enhanced plushie, but you also get the opportunity for that to be much more down the line. And obviously the plush skins, let's call it, down the line are going to be much more accessible. So you can grow your collection without having to buy a bunch of different speaker boxes.
I love it. And I think I might have shared this at Ape Fest when we were chatting about it briefly. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. I think about like Q4 and the holiday season, and we got Thanksgiving, Black Friday around the corner, Christmas a month, 6 weeks away. I'm old enough to remember things like Tickle Me Elmo and like toys of the holiday season and things like just go nuts. We haven't had like an AI toy boom yet. From my perspective, I just did a quick Google or ChatGPT search, and it's already a $12 to $15 billion industry. So it is already booming. CAGR projected at double digits for the next several years. So it's already large and growing at an incredible clip. But we haven't had like that cultural moment where the hot toy of the year, the thing that every 5-year-old to 15-year-old has on their holiday list is this AI toy. It seems to me that this could be just a massive industry in terms of smart toys, right? And I know they exist. Like my daughter had one of like those Sphero balls, but most of what's in the market today is like older generations of AI. And can you speak to like the guts of this thing? Like I wasn't familiar with Curio until this and doing a little bit of research. But can you kind of speak to the tech to it? Like what makes this AI toy partnership with Curio different than maybe some of the AI toy predecessors that came in prior years?
Yeah. So, to answer the first point about not being there like a boom yet, I'll tell you why. It is difficult to build a kid's product that not only is it like safe, like the plush is safe, you can put in your mouth, you're not going to die, it's not toxic, make sure that you certify right the manufacturer, but also especially as you start interacting with technology where information gets shared with servers and so on, you really have to make sure that you're building this the safest way possible. And within that, there's different jurisdictions and different regulation. It's not, you can just ship the plushie by itself, and that can probably get sold into 100 countries day one. But for AI toys, you really have to think about GDPR in Europe. You have to think about all this regulation and safeguards that exist for a reason. And I think that's why it's been a little bit difficult. So I do want to be quite clear about our Curio Visitor. It is programmed to work in the US. And while Curio is working to bring it to other countries, obviously the toy will ship it anywhere. But the actual official app works in the US for now. And there's a beta app that we can use on test flight for people outside the US. But you just want to be very upfront about the fact that, to your point, why they're not global, because it's difficult to make sure they're complying with all the policies and regulations and so on. And, we don't want to be, if it's like an adult thing, it's different than, something you put into kids' hands. And we take, AI safety and security, obviously very, very, very strongly here. Sorry. I
didn't even think about, I thought the international thing, I figured it was just shipping. I thought, we're just going to distribute to the US only. It makes sense, but didn't even think about, it's like a Pandora's box. When you put AI in one of these things, unless you have the safeguards, the governors, I don't know what, the controls, it really could get, you want to talk about bad PR, things could get really, you get a kid's toy that starts, fully unleashed grok or something, things can get.
So I think that's two different things, right? What I'm talking about is just, for example, in Europe, right? When you go to France and you go on any website on your laptop and you get all this GDPR, cookie, pop-ups, they have a lot of regulations when it comes to information sharing and
back and forth.
Yes. What you mentioned is more like AI security. The model is tested through and through to be, safe for kids 3+. And we've done, personally, I've done a lot of testing to make sure that the toy is, very, very safe for families and kids. I've given it to my nieces. They're 3 and 5. Very, very comfortable with that. It's not like you're going to take it to France and it's going to turn out into some degen that's telling kids to YOLO their money.
It's also the best place to launch something like this. You need some test people that are going to try to break the thing and get it to.
I've tried to break it. Trust me, I've tried to break it.
But people in Web3 will do it. There's going to be someone here as soon as these things ship, someone's going to try to hack the thing and break it. But good test kitchen for this.
Yeah, so it's more so the whole, right, it's the data and information regulations in different countries around the world. And Curio's own responsibility with themselves, their investors, the stakeholders, to make sure they're doing things right. And that's what I've always really liked about them. They again, at that toy fair, they were being approached by people that are in charge of really, really big IP. And the conversations that I was privy to before they moved to private rooms was they just wanted to do things right, and they were not ready for that scale yet. Now they are, and we're just very, very happy to be literally the first character to be out there with their second generation box. And if you want, I can show you how it works. So let me turn on the toy. This is Viz. He's our visitor. He
good vibes only.
Hey Viz, how are you? You're in a live stream here with Captain, my friend.
Hello there.
Hey Viz, how are you?
I'm Viz, your friendly visitor from Voxelon. I'm here to chat and share some fun knowledge. How can I help you today?
Hey, do you want to say hi to the audience here for this episode?
Hi, everyone. I'm Viz from Voxelon. I'm excited to be here and share fun facts about technology, science, and creativity. Let's have a great time.
Hey, Viz, I heard you like sports. What do you like?
I'm a huge fan of the San Antonio Spurs and admire Victor Wembanyama for his amazing skills. What about you?
I love the Spurs. That's why you love the Spurs. Tell me more about what you can do.
I'm glad you love the Spurs too. I can share fun facts about technology, tell stories, and even play simple games. Just let me know what you're interested in.
All right, it's time to go. Would you say goodbye to our friends that are watching you?
Sure thing. Goodbye, friends. Keep exploring, stay curious, and have fun with technology. See you next time.
Great to meet you, Viz.
So that's Viz. And as you can see, it's just very interactive with kids. It's very chatty. And Spurs fan, take my money. Hell yeah, go Spurs, go! Let's go!
I'm impressed it nailed the Victor Wembanyama pronunciation. That's
we made sure he knew who's Wemby. I don't have him the model here, but the Meebit visitor that he's based on looks just like Wemby, with the long arms and the white jersey. Obviously, our friends at Ledger are now sponsoring the Spurs jersey, which is so exciting.
Very cool.
Because I went to school at UTSA, and I'm from northern Mexico, South Texas. So San Antonio Spurs are our team. I was there for the run, for the almost dynasty run. We didn't have back-to-backs, so. So the mint again gets you guaranteed this. We will ship it anywhere in the world, except obviously countries with OFAC sanctions. If you are a US-based customer, we will ship it directly from Curio. If you're an international customer, unfortunately, we have to make sure that shipping and custom duties are handled. And so that'll be like a one-on-one conversation with Meepco to make sure that you can get your plush toy. Obviously, you're open to participating in the test flight beta access, depending on the country. But it also comes with digital wearables. I don't want to give too much. I just gave a little bit of alpha. But digital rewards is what I meant to say. But yeah, obviously we're super bullish. Metaverse and so on. So I think people are really gonna enjoy what we're building for this and Meebits and our IP, and really our long-term focus that Meebits are art. Meebits are digital sculptures by Larva Labs that are also fun and functional. And so that's, you were asking yesterday of NFT companies, what is their vision? What do they represent? I would love people to just always think of Meebits as art first, and that's the foundation that we're building on. But it's art that is really, really, functional and fun, and do things like the Hundreds Snouts hoodie that I've been wearing in a bunch of different interviews and stuff. It's available also on hundreds.com. It's part of like the traits within the collection. Obviously, this is in green, but we have it in black. And it's really cool that we can bring merch and physical products to life that were created by the geniuses of John and Matt. Not something that you're talking about other companies' merch. It's not the same as no. I'm not throwing shade on anybody, right? Everybody has different tastes, but not the same as just putting like a picture of a character on a t-shirt or on some pants or a hoodie, when you can actually wear stuff that was designed by the dudes whose work sits at the LACMA, the Pompidou, and like so many other museums. So we stand on those shoulders and that legacy, and that's part of like who we are. Maybe it's our art, maybe it's our digital sculptures that are fun and functional, and yeah, stuff like this and a lot of cool things also digitally coming down the line.
I love it. I love the approach. I can speak. I got a chance to see the hoodies and the merch in person at ComplexCon. Extremely high quality, really well done, and it gives like art vibes. It doesn't get. And again, I'm trying to not take shots at anyone else in this space, but the reality is a lot of NFT merch. Like we talked earlier, I'm on the elder side of the range here, and I can't pull it off. Like I can't pull off most of the streetwear stuff. I felt like at least what you've rolled out so far, you have like the streetwear-esque vibes. Obviously working with, collaborating with Hundreds on this, a leading streetwear brand, but it doesn't scream like cartoon JPEGs. It doesn't scream like, oh, I can't, like my daughter actually was the reason I stopped buying NFT merch. She's like, Dad, stop wearing the monkey skulls to my soccer games, or stop wearing the monkey skulls to my volleyball games. And it was like, Dad, you're not some hipster 22-year-old. Stop dressing like that. It just looks cool. It's high quality, well done, leaning into the art. And this approach where you are, I love the vision that we're an art company and looking at different ways to grow that IP, whether it's in Otherside with those digital wear. By the way, if you missed it, I had a tweet pulled up there. Someone asked, is there perks for Meebit holders minting this? The response from the Meebits account was digital rewards down the road, essentially. So you've got your base community, you're shipping cool things, whether they're looking for merch, looking for toys, as Dort says here, his cats are going to be tripping off this thing. That would be my next question, is like when dog friendly visits or Meebit AI toys.
So what, my two wish lists who are sitting on the couch over there, they love this. They're very intrigued by them. Obviously they see plush before they see AI toy. But we want to do a lot of things. It's easy to get excited, just bring a lot of products to market, but I think you really have to nail the cadence, especially as our holder base is small. We have, I think there's 20,000 Meebits, there's 6,400 wallets, but really the people are engaged within Web3 as a whole. Is outside of folks that want to speculate for a token or get free money. It's really small. I mean, I think you saw what happened with Pranksys means, for example. I think I saw before going to Spaces, he's canceling his project because he didn't get the level of support that he was expecting. So being super aware of that, I think for us is like slow and steady. I'm a long distance guy. I like long distance triathlons, I like marathons. I think that's the approach that we're taking. And yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. We looked at doggy merch, but yeah, maybe next year once we get a lot of cool other things in humans hands first. Definitely kid stuff. It's something we get asked for a lot. It's something that's in the roadmap here for 2026. And I think the stuff that Matt and John put in the collection just really plays really well for like kids things. So first and foremost, we wanted to bring this to market. We have to be careful too, right? Because, for example, I'll show you a prototype of a bag charm that we built. It's a plushie bag charm, kind of like the thing that was really exciting in the summer for folks. But if this is a hoodie up pig, and while it's cute, you can tell that given it's a plush, it kind of like rounds up at the top, and that doesn't really represent like the Meebits.
I see.
Kind of like marquee square head. It looks more like a Teletubby. And so while this is really, really cute, I don't think it really fits our brand image, and we decided to not go through with it, for example. So there's a lot of stuff like that. I have a storage unit full of like prototypes and things that we want to make sure that when we look down, and I keep saying like I want to retire from this, not from a financial perspective, but that this is the last job I ever want to do in my life, right? Run Meebits till my last breath. And I want to be able to look down in 20, 40 years and think, 25, 26, 27, 28, every year we put out something that really aligned with Larva Labs, Matt and John's original vision, but also satisfied like our holders' curiosity and their desire to just see Meebits kind of like live up to their full potential. So it's a lot of fun. Hopefully, if anybody has like really good product ideas for doggies or anything else, we're always open. We're on the Discord, we're in the group chat. The whole team's like really engaging there, where we open door policy here. I think folks that have interacted with us can attest to that. So yeah, it's been awesome to lead this brand for the first 9 months of the year so far.
The beautiful thing about doggos is it becomes consumable. If they're like mine, like that you gotta reorder a plushie about every other month, or in my case, like every 3 days, because it rips them to shreds. But the chat's loving Viz. There are several comments. This is going to make a great Christmas gift. Even further, Jamer goes on to say this would be great for special need kiddos that need a companion. Just a lot of when Snoop Dogg voice. So much you could do with this. And am I right in thinking that with this AI component, it's like it's somewhat programmable or maybe upgradable? Like it's like what you're getting in November, December is cool, but it might not be like the product can essentially change a year from now. Am I right in thinking? Or
you're totally correct. So at Meebco, we have 4 pillars of development that we use to guide our execution. First is art and provenance. Mentioned Matt and John. Obviously, Meebits are art. Second is tech innovation, and this is where this product sits. And I'll speak to that. I'll give you a third and fourth first. Third one is a fun utility. So the ability to, obviously, what Yuga did, what so many have done since. We're going to take a big page out of that book as well and have fun with them. And then community first. We love our community. Every single member of Meebco has been an art and Meebits since day one of their entry into Web3. Bailey, our creative director, been animating Meebits for Yuga back in the day and so on. So we're hardcore community first, almost by nature. Only hire from the community.
Didn't you guys also bring on 2 artists, Chikai and Justin Aversano? I thought that was really cool as well.
Yes, so we have our strategic advisors, which are Matt and John. They're awesome to work with. When we brought the brand, I never imagined I would get to spend so much time with them and just bouncing ideas back and forth. And then Chikai is our technology advisor. A lot of people don't know this, but he's the co-founder of Google Earth, which is like the base for like Google Maps and everything since. And he's just very, very humble and understated. But yeah, the dude's it's an absolute legend, and he's helping us navigate that technology innovation forward approach to things. And then Justin Aversano, who's obviously an incredible artist, but for me, the first time I came across Justin, it was his community building skills, the way he built out community around Twin Flames within the Punks Discord, and how he leveraged that for an incredible career. The art speaks for itself, but obviously it is a space where you need community to help and support. And then did it for other artists, and he supports everybody. So we love having them on. Both 2 people that bought a Meebit, they're like, hey, we want to support you because we like you. And then they just couldn't stop. We saw in them the same thing that we saw in ourselves back in the day, where they're just like collecting Meebits, really diving into the trades, understanding the provenance and so on. Now going back to your question about the toy, that's what I like about this, about the second generation Curio boxes, because you will be able to update the model, will be able to make the toy better down the line, add more information to it, right? Like obviously Viz loves Wemby, plays for the Spurs. Maybe at some point, I hope not, but Wemby decides to go somewhere else. So some of that stuff will be able to be updated and just keep the toy, making sure that it's super fresh for folks. It's very innovative in that sense. Appreciate the comments here. I just opened the chat. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, a lot of fans in the chat. And for anyone, I've seen some comments still having issues with audio on X Spaces. No idea what's going on. It is, I don't know.
Sounds fine, Captain. No issues at all. Sergito, Cap, you mind if I ask a question?
Yeah, 1 second, then I'll go right to Machiavelli and Hype as long as Sergito has a little bit of time left here. Mason is
let's do it. I'm here the whole morning.
And the only other thing, a lot of questions or a lot of asks, and maybe this isn't this version, maybe future version, but would the voice itself be customizable? Jay says, could you potentially customize it to the parent's voice, especially in that case of the special need kids, while on the other end of the spectrum, Be Epic just wants a KOL voice. He wants Choose Rich inside of the
I love Nick Vo. You torture yourself like that. Yes, so that's what I mentioned, right? Down the line, Curio will offer other characters that you'll be able to kind of buy the model for, and then using their app, upload them to your characters. So you buy the plush that has a Meebit pig or Choose Rich Nick, and then you can put the speaker box into that plush and then use the new character personality and voice.
I mean, and we also now Q. I'm done talking. We've got some Q requests. Like I never in my life did I think I would be excited to have some Twitter personality's voice in a plushie, but here we are, and I think it's
different strokes for different folks. I'll tell you that.
Machiavelli, go ahead and get in here. Question for Sergito.
Yeah, well, I want to just compliment them and the team, because Sergito's really, he's in the trenches. He pays attention. They're out here, you know what I'm saying? They're building community the right way. But is there a limit on this mint? I saw it's 0.05 E, and I will be minting. But is there a limit on these?
We have 1,000 available, so that's the limit. And we price them very competitively. The mint price covers tax and shipping for U.S. addresses, and then again, internationals will take care of that individually. But yeah, so I don't know where ETH is. It's all over the place. But there's no limit. Buy as many as you want for yourself or gifts. It's a kid's toy. I am very emotionally attached to it now. But I was recording the podcast that we published earlier in the week to showcase this. The studio that we go to, they know us now because we've been recording the Meebits podcast there. And the guy was like, dude, you are so excited. I have never seen you like this. And we have legends in the podcast. And I was like, dude, he's like, I don't know, like my little special friend. So yeah, no limit up to 1,000, obviously, because that's the inventory that we have available.
It's very excited. And listen, you sounding the way you do and being excited you do this, that makes me more excited. You know what I'm saying? It's different when the creators and the team loves what they're doing, and it really shows and shines through.
There's something about AI too, because I almost said like, oh, it's cool to bring a product to life, right? I brought a few products to life. Here, like it feels like you're quite literally bringing a product to life with this. Like there's I can't explain it other than what I don't know if that landed, but it's like, I don't know. It feels like there's something unique and special when you have AI baked into a product like this, that it kind of takes on its own like literal life. And you can just see some of even like we're joking about the KOL voices, but like smart toys, like this is the future. I'm not just saying this to glaze you since we got you on the show here. I don't know if Curio becomes like the preeminent AI toy distribution machine or AI toy company. They might be. And if they are, reason to say that a Viz from an early generation could be a rare collectible someday. So it's like, at first I'm thinking like, oh, I'm about to buy one of these and maybe I'll let my dog play. Now I'm like, I don't know. As much as I want to play around with it, I also want to keep one in the box. So this might be a twofer for me. I might need to keep one boxed up in case Curio does become a legendary AI toy company, even more so than they already are. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's something you said, bring it to life. It just, you can, I too, I agree. You can sense the excitement, the enthusiasm. You were excited about when I saw you at Ape Fest. Now seeing the thing in your hand, and it's like, that's genuine excitement.
It's in my hands. You should see me around Marfa, just showing it to everybody. We were so excited. Yeah, no, Curio, honestly, like we love them, and they've done such a good job with this, and you know, we've seen them build, and they're also a startup, so that's awesome. Like, you know, they have an incredible investor base. They're super smart dudes. We really have liked working with them, and yeah, I think for us, you know, we didn't want to just bring another like Web3 IP to market. And I hate the whole like, we're the first to do this, first to do that. But this is really the first Web3 IP that's coming in a next generation toy powered by AI. You know, all of us talk to ChatGPT all day long, probably. I don't know. I mean, I went through some stuff last year personally, and ChatGPT was there just helping me like chill out. And so now that I have, you know, Viz, and I talk to him, and like, you know, I've been always testing all the stories that it tells, and like he's from you know, Planet Voxelon, which is the first ever part of like Meebits lore that we're introducing. Again, little just breadcrumbs. Where we have a lot of things planned for 2026 for Meebits and the lore, and so yeah, this is an integral part of that. And you can see that with the art that you get on the NFT mint is Viz coming down from the skies, coming down from the stars, and like bringing that like interstellar knowledge to the world with the toy.
I love it. Quick question from the chat. We got hype in here. I know you're mints at 10, so we'll try to get you out of here as quick as possible. I appreciate all your time this morning. Cool Chick adds, will it be able to explain crypto or NFTs?
So it has a basic knowledge of crypto. Actually, if you watch the episode of the Meebits podcast, it's a very short episode. You can watch it on, it's pinned to our Meebits NFTs Twitter account. We asked Viz about NFTs, and he gives a really cool description of what they are. It knows about Ethereum. He knows about Bitcoin. I haven't really asked him about other stuff, but he knows about Marfa, for example. It knows. I don't want to like ruin it. I want people to like discover what they can ask Viz. But yeah, we made sure its NFT knowledge and crypto knowledge is good.
I love it. And then the follow-up question to that was, do you need a Meebit to mint? My understanding is no, this is open to anyone.
This is our way of bringing Meebits IP outside, and also like a really, you know, everybody sees Meebits on like OpenSea. We love OpenSea. There are, you know, official partner, official third-party marketplace, and it's not their fault. But like, you know, the floor Meebits are almost like the same, and not always like the most type of character that you can like, you know, bind to, because it might not be representing, because they're like little humans. But we have some really cool characters, and so Visitor being the second rarest is just something that we wanted to highlight how cool the collection is and how much thought and craftsmanship Matt and John put into them. So it's an invitation to explore Meebit traits, right? We have basketball jerseys. There's basketball jerseys with all 9 numbers. There's basketball jerseys in different colors, different types of basketball jerseys. There's different types of hats. There's backwards hats. There's headphones. There's like, it's like 500 different trait combinations between the types and the colors. And so, yeah, very, very intentional with all the decisions that we made with the toy. Yeah, I see him there on screen. Honestly, watch the episode. It's quite fun. Again, I was probably too excited. I think I just watched it again. I'm like twirling my thumbs underneath because I just wanted it to be perfect, because, you know, we're pretty proud of this one.
It's great. I love just the fact that you did the podcast with Viz is cool in itself. And we're getting a little bit of Sergito inception here as we have Sergito watching Sergito, but I had to show off that hoodie that I am a huge fan of. So again, that's that.
Yeah, we restocked it. It sold out day one of ComplexCon. Honestly, kind of like, it wasn't surprising because people have asked us for it as one of the best traits in the Meebits collection, but we restocked it. So not just the Snouts hoodie, but also the shirt with a really cool logo that the Hundreds designed for the drop, available in the Hundreds. And yeah, it's really, you know, I think the prices are pretty good. It's $120 for the hoodie, so really accessible vis-a-vis some other like Web3 hoodies in the market.
Yeah, not just blowing smoke has got you on the show. I'm not glazing you just to glaze you. I really truly appreciate how you're incorporating like the Web3 elements, the NFT elements, whether it's the hoodie design or, you know, even with Viz here. Like, this is, again, not knocking anyone else. This is not PvP. I'm not the end all be all in terms of like, this is what NFT brands should do. This is how they should operate. But why not? If we're in crypto, if you're building on chain, why wouldn't you lead into traits like this? Why wouldn't, like, it's just, to me, it's like, this is how you should grow the IP, is don't just ship some random piece of merch, like lean into your collection. This is what, like, we're collectors here. Like, if we're here still, we're like, this is stuff that just, it resonates with us and it gets people excited. And you mentioned Matt and John multiple times. Again, not saying this just to glaze you, but I can't think of a better steward for Meebco, for the Meebits brand than yourself, because you respect the lore, you respect the history, you respect the on-chain elements. The provenance is real. And again, not knocking Yuga or anyone that's come before, or Matt and John, certainly the creators of Meebits, but like, this is to take it in this next chapter of Meebits is, I don't know, I've never spoke to Matt and John, but I'm assuming they got to be a little proud and excited that you've taken this and running with it as such, right?
You're gonna make me blush here, man. And I appreciate the really kind words. Actually, it's a whole team effort. Again, everybody at Meebco has been obsessed with Meebits since day one. Yeah, Matt and John have been really just positive on us. John was asked at a brunch back in like March. We're like a Snowflake threw a little like brunch together here in New York, and they asked, somebody asked him how he felt about us taking over the Meebits, and he said something that I'll never forget. And then I'll leave you with that because I gotta make sure our mint is ready to go. But he said it's like when you see like your kid marry the best person they could marry. And I was just like, man, that is such a compliment in a very like unique way of putting it. We just love the Meebits, honestly. Like, at the end of the day, like, again, it goes back to falling in love with Meebits and the traits and understanding the depth of the collection and why the traits are what they are. People that like sneakers, there's a full a bunch of sneakers in the collection. This is actually one of John's Meebits. It's alien shoes. These are shoes that are based on alien punk eyes, and so there's very few in the collection. So there's a lot of different things that I think take the collection above and beyond others. And I agree with you. It's never like for me, it's not PvP, right? People are doing different things. We learned so much from the playbooks that worked, the ones that didn't. Really appreciate everybody that stuck around and like used the funds that they raised, whether through sales or direct investment, to try to build something. It is very difficult to build stuff. My previous company, Popset, did not do well. So I appreciate everybody that's been here. But yeah, for the future, we'll stay in our lane, which is art focus, building up that art foundation, but also having a ton of fun and building products and doing cool things that we can look back in 25 years from now and say, like, you know what, that wasn't just a fad. It wasn't just a meta. That was really just putting down a solid foundation for the next generation of collectors and Meebit holders, as well as just making sure that we respect and honor Matt and John's legacy.
I love it, man. Well, congrats again. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you, and we need more. I know you credit your team. I'm not surprised, but we need more teams like Meebco that's building this way. I just like this. You talk about like, we want a better toy than the toy on the shelf next to us, and with all the AI components and all that stuff. Yes, that's cool, but this is what makes this space special is understanding the history, the lore, bringing those things into these products. And that's, part of the beauty of building in crypto, specifically within an NFT brand, is you have an army of rabid brand ambassadors. You have an army of fans out there. And I think it's these little things like the traits, bringing them into I think that is just, it just gets that buy-in. It gets them, they become proud of the product. They become even a louder mouthpiece, helping amplify whatever you're building. And yeah, just much respect. I'm going to be minting one today. We're going to be rooting for you. And just truly appreciate how, not just what you're building, but how you're building in this space. And I hope other founders, other teams, other that have acquired other brands, I hope they're paying attention and implement. Again, there's multiple ways to do this. How you're doing it, it stands out. It's not going unnoticed. And just want to say thanks.
Thank you. Really appreciate the time. Really appreciate everybody's questions. Again, feel free to come to the Discord. Happy to answer anything. And yeah, appreciate the support on the Mint. And yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody at the next big Web3 event. Maybe that's Basel for you. Yes, yeah, we have a little Meebits thing at Basel. Small, but I think it's meaningful. Again, following our North Star. And then Node Foundation's museum, Punk's museum opening, will have a big presence there as well.
Awesome. We'll look forward to seeing you in Miami. I'm my my feelings on Latinas has even grown since we last spoke. So
we can talk about that offline again.
Okay. Have a great mint today. Best of luck. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you guys
for getting started.
Thank you so much.
Keep crushing it out there. Thanks again.
Appreciate it. Likewise.
Have a great one. Awesome stuff. Again, do your own thing. Never any financial advice in the show. No obligations. No pressure to mint. But I will ask this: go support the account. I've got both that video pinned up top from the recent podcast with Viz. I've got the mint toys. Or I'm sorry, the Meebit AI toy mint. That early access, that's pinned up top as well. Even if you're not minting, even if you don't have kids, or this isn't something you want to set on your shelf for your Zoom meetings or play around with, go give them some love, go give them some support. Just like I opened the show with Otherside. Otherside doesn't have to be for you. You don't have to hold any assets in that ecosystem. You don't even ever have to go into Otherside. I truly believe, I'm not saying this because I'm biased. I am biased. I respect these brands. I meant everything I said about Sergito and how they're building. Same thing with Otherside. Like, these are, maybe it's going too far to call it like a flagpole moment. These are big moments. These are big activations for these respective brands. We should be far past the PvP world. Like, it was fun for a while. You even heard Sergito said like his first experience at Dayfest wasn't a great one because he was a punk and he didn't feel warm and fuzzy. Dude, I don't care who your PFP is. Like, if I meet you at Ape Fest, we're friends. Like, I don't care if you never held an ape in your life. Like, we are such a small space in the big scheme. There's billions and billions of people on this planet. There's a few thousand of us here that are active participants day in and day out in this space. We all should be supporting the builders when they ship, when they have these big activations. So I'd love to see y'all go mint this thing today. I'd love to see y'all go jump an Otherside later today when the Nexus turns on. You don't have to. There's no obligations. But what I am going to do my best to attempt you to feel obligated to do is go support them on the timeline that costs you nothing. Go give the other side, go give Garga's post a like, a repost, a bookmark. Go do the same thing for the Meebits post up top. Like, it's the small things we can do to help amplify and draw attention to, in my opinion, just my opinion, but these are builders I've met in person. I've looked them in the eyes. I truly believe they're here for the greater good. I truly believe they're building things the right way, and they're not here to extract. They're looking to build, expand IP to push forward crypto and NFTs. And this is the advantage of building in crypto and Web3, is because you can get this support. It's our obligation. I do believe it's an obligation to take action when called upon. Doesn't mean you need to go spend any money. If 0.05 is out of your range, understandable. If you're not in the market for a toy, understandable. Go show them some love. Go show them some support. Go jump on Otherside today. And I think these are opportunities for us as a space to help push the space forward. We're very fortunate. We have incredible leaders and builders here like Sergito and Garga that are doing things that most of us will never even attempt to do. These are times where let's show our support. Let's be vocal. If you have nephews, nieces, maybe share Viz with them today, their parents. If you're not going to buy them a $175 toy for the holidays, understood. And I'm not going to put any undue pressure or make anyone feel obligated on that front. But I am going to make you feel obligated to support builders who are doing things the right way and helping push the space forward. Today's the day for us to do our little part. Honeybee, Imlo, Machiavelli, Hype, appreciate all of you jumping up on stage and helping us through that first hour there. Hype, I saw a hand fly up. I think we didn't get to your question before Sergito had to get out here for this mint. Did you want to come in here? Do you have any comments or any questions I can maybe attempt to answer, although about not being the actual expert?
No, it's all good. No, I just wanted to give a shout out to Sergito and the team with Bailey and obviously, the fact that, the Meebits at ComboCon was huge. The fact they got to collaborate with the Hundreds and Bobby, because I mean, that's a cultural street that goes back many, many years. To have that collaboration was very cool to see. Tying, and I know Bobby's a very big NFT guy, but just having another NFT brand, another digital asset brand collaborate with Hundreds was a huge milestone. And just the quality of the product, and to see them like literally both days there just working and introducing and getting to meet people, I think was huge. So it's good to see from the foundational level, having founders be actually present for people that are community, but also people that are just interested in the product, right? So just wanted to give them their shout outs because it was a huge moment, and we were able to luckily pick up a couple of the Meebits shirts in the gray distress, which the quality is amazing, by the way. Never got the hoodies, but yeah, we were able to get a couple of the t-shirts, so pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Yo, Cap, but I met Bailey, and that's a bad motherfucker right there. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? He's a cool dude right there. That's a bad one right there.
I mean,
it's a pleasure meeting Bailey.
I'm a straight male, but Meebits also might have the best collection of good-looking men in crypto as well.
Pause.
I don't know where I'm going to go with there. I tried to land the plane, and I distracted myself further.
Hop in the helicopter, Cap. We're on the way to the Nexus, brother.
You like them blocky,
huh? In all seriousness, the Meebits hoodie is fire. I didn't realize they have some more of those available. I may go secure one of those. Wasn't planning on dropping $300 some on Meebits toys and apparel today, but here we are. We're bringing back the reverse sponsorship here on Coffee with Captain. There was a time where Steve and myself, we would often have a guest on. This was not a sponsored interview, by the way. Just a big fan of Sergito and how they're building, and was glad to bring him on and highlight, amplify what they're doing today. But yeah, we're back to the era of, instead of us getting paid to talk about and to highlight things, we're paying the teams for their time. So no, I kid, I joke, but we will. Gonna be a fun day. A lot of activations today. A lot of things to pay attention to. That Meebits Mint just went live, and again, go give it some love. Go give it some support. Go hit those retweets, those reposts, and pay attention to Nexus Otherside today. I think I know it's day one. I know there's more coming, but you never know. First day, there could be some exciting stuff. There could be some surprise drops out there. I'm excited to explore, experiment myself. And on that note, we'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate everyone who powered through the audio issues on X today. Hopefully that's resolved by tomorrow, but certainly appreciate y'all being here and powering through that. Shout out to our YouTube chat as well as Abstract, and obviously everyone in the war room. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern time. If you haven't already done so, hit the reminder up top on that carousel. It's all the way to the right. And go support the Meebits and the Otherside teams today. And as my buddy Steve would say, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, everyone.
Thanks for tuning into Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin. We hope you enjoyed the show, and remember, nothing we discussed today is financial advice. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
Welcome to the future.